Blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. Can everybody see me okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. You're the only one whose face I can see. So I'm just going to pretend I'm talking to you because everyone else is black. Okay, so welcome, guys. Welcome to our back to school class. Lindsay and I are super duper excited to be here. I actually really love doing online classes. I don't know if you caught my stories 10, 20 minutes ago, but I'm like party on top and like yoga pants on the bottom. Literally barely put makeup on. It was like just the bare essentials to like get it. But anyway, we're super stoked. We kind of did a little bit of a live. I don't know if you guys caught it earlier today, but you're either in back to school right now or you're about to go back to school, or if you're like Lindsay and her kiddos, you are going to be back to school in the next couple of weeks. But anyway, most of us, and if not all of us, have some sort of like school thing happening, whether you're a teacher, a mama, with little ones going back to school. And with back to school comes germs and anxieties and sleep disturbances and, all sorts of things, kind of that like casual, like, lackadaisical, summertime vibes. It kind of, everyone kind of gets into routines, and sometimes it takes a little bit of adjustments and stuff like that. And then, like I said, naturally we kind of hop right into cold and flu season come like September, October. So we just kind of wanted to hop on here and we wanted to talk to you guys. If you have not gotten started with oils, just what the heck are essential oils and how can you support your family during this time? And if you are already a veteran and you've been using essential oils, some of our favorite products that you guys can kind of jot down and take notes of things maybe you want to throw on your LRP, things that you have but maybe aren't really utilizing, and whatever. So I'm going to kind of start, and then I'll pass the baton to Lindsay and she will finish off the class. But during this, if you guys have any questions, Lindsay's kind of already wrote it. There should be a chat bar for you guys. We're going to go back to like 1999 when everyone had AOL, and you guys are just more than welcome to just type your questions if there's something you didn't understand, if you want us to reiterate something, explain something, whatever. And if I don't catch it, Lindsay will write you and answer you, and then vice versa. When she hops on, I'll be the one answering your guys' questions or whatever. So I'm going to share my screen. And we'll get started because I don't want to keep you guys for very long, especially there's a couple of you. One in particular I know is on the East Coast, so it's like 10:30 your time. And kudos to you for being on here. But anyway, I am Christina Main. I am Sweet Lavender Essentials on Instagram. You probably don't follow me, but if you do, please go on there and say hi, say I was at your back to school class. So anyway, let me share my screen and we will get started. Okay, so can everyone see my screen okay? Lindsay, can you see my screen okay? Okay, great, because that's the only one I can see. All right, so back to school. So we're gonna talk about how to get ready and stay ready for the school year. And why are you not letting me? There we go. So whenever I do an essential oil class, it just doesn't even matter what class it is. I feel like if I'm not giving you a really quickly like essential oil 101, I'm not doing very good. I want to start you off on a foundation where we're all kind of on the same page. So super duper basically, it's only one slide. It's what are essential oils. If you're a veteran, you already know this, and gold star for you. But if you're on here and you're brand new and you kind of are like, yeah, what the heck are essential oils? You can read this while I'm kind of doing my little jib jab, but basically essential oils, when you see these little bottles here, they are filled, if they're doTERRA essential oils, with 100% pure therapeutic grade plant extracts. So let's pick on wild orange here for a second. When you have this bottle of wild orange, literally the only thing that is in that bottle is the oil that has been cold pressed from a booty load of orange peels. So if you take the orange and you squeeze that peel and that little like kind of shoots out, that's the orange oil. So doTERRA has taken this on like a mega scale and has been able to cold press a lot and really extract pure therapeutic grade essential oils from the lemon or from the orange. And that's it. That's all that's in that bottle. There's no synthetics, there's no fillers, there's no nothing. That's what it is. Same thing with Melaleuca or tea tree, same thing with lavender, it's steam distilled from the lavender petals. Same thing with peppermint, X, Y, and Z, depending on whatever bottle you are holding or are planning to hold. It's either been cold pressed or steam distilled and extracted. The essential oils have been extracted from that, and that's what they are. So they're super duper concentrated, like super concentrated. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. So are essential oils expensive? Not really. You only need a drop or 2 at a time. And, so they go a very long amount of time. We're only using a couple of drops here and there, a couple drops in your diffuser or, however you're planning on using it. But the reason why we love essential oils is they have been scientifically proven to do things from emotional health and help physical health and help, like as this slide says, painkillers and skin irritations, stuff like that. doTERRA essential oils are safe for newborns all the way up. Just work with your wellness advocate or the person who signs you up, and they will help you properly dilute that. Okay, it's not letting me do it. There we go. Basically, there are 3 ways to use essential oils, and that's aromatically, topically, and internally. And I'm going to share with you exactly what that means. So when we say you can use your doTERRA essential oils aromatically, what we are basically saying is you're going to smell an essential oil. That's it. That's all it means. And there's different ways. You could literally open your bottle. You're aromatically using your essential oils. You could do what I did about an hour ago, which was turn my shower on for my little guy who's dealing with croup right now. And I put a couple of drops of eucalyptus in there so that when he was taking a shower, he's getting that steamy, eucalyptus-y kind of spa thing going on. And he's using those oils aromatically. He's breathing them in. You can put a drop in your palm if it's safe to use without a carrier oil, and you could cup your nose and breathe it in. That's aromatically. But our favorite and the most common way to use essential oils aromatically is with a diffuser. doTERRA makes, in my opinion, some of the best diffusers out there. They're just made differently than the ones that you will buy at Kohl's or Target or Amazon or whatever they are. And believe me, I have Amazon diffusers at my house, but they just work different. The pumps of air are different. They last longer, and they're just way better quality. But the reason why we love using our essential oils aromatically in diffusing is, 1, it's a really quick way to get those essential oils into your body. It only takes 22 seconds from when you smell an essential oil for it to hit your brain. But another thing is it cleanses and purifies our air. So when we're talking about back to school and your little guys are coming home with their germs and their snots and their sneezes and whatnot, you want to clean that air. You want to cleanse and purify it. Or if you live in Southern California, in about a month, 2 months max, we're going to hit Santa Ana season, where everyone's allergies just go haywire. And diffusing, when you got little ones who are coming home from school and you add something like lemon, lavender, peppermint, we're able to cleanse and purify the air and put a nice allergy seasonal threats kind of blend into the air, and everyone in the home is able to enjoy it all together. But it's great for sleep. You can put it in your bedroom for your little ones to kind of help them with sleep, or you with sleep. And a lot of emotional and mood support does well with aromatic usage. So here's just a really quick how it works when you sniff an essential oil. I love this illustration right here. It's just, it can't get much more simple than that. But you smell your essential oil here. It hits your olfactory glands. It kind of goes up. And your control center, which is your brain, you know, if you think of us as machines or whatever, this is our control center, and this is what tells our body how to act and what to do. So if you're feeling stressed, or your little ones are anxious, or, you know, they've got those back to school jitters, or, you know, whatever it is, and you start diffusing some calming, grounding essential oils, their little brains, and your brain for that matter, and everyone who's in that room smelling it at the same time, your brain is going to be processing the chemical constituents of those oils and actually picking up on the calming, grounding effects. Things like linalool, which is in lavender, it actually tells our brain, chill out. And our brain sends those electronic signals through the rest of our body and tells our body to calm down, and etc. You know, because we've got focus oils and perk up oils and stuff like that. So depending on whatever oil you use. Stop it. There we go. Okay. The second way that you can use essential oils is one of my favorite ways. It's topically. I probably have like 10,000 roller bottles. Every day I'm like, oh, this sounds like a great blend. And then I make it. And then, you know, I just have like so many roller bottles. But the reason why we love putting our essential oils on topically, which just means you're getting it on your skin, is you're able to address specific areas. So let's say your little one has a cold, or no, let's say your little one has pink eye, that's what I'm trying to say, which back to school season, and if you have a little one, pink eye is probably around the corner for most of us. Diffusing essential oils might not necessarily help that pink eye situation. But if you make a pink eye roller and you roll those essential oils around the eye that's affected, never in an orifice, but around it, now we're able to address that target area and so on and so forth. If your little ones are having growing pains, you know, they're hitting that growth spurt, you know, or you are a teacher and, you know, you were standing all day and now your feet hurt or your back hurt or your neck hurts or whatever, you know, and you, make like a muscle roller or a growing pain roller, and you roll it on their calves or you roll it on your neck, and you're putting those oils on you, that's going to help you versus if you were just to diffuse those essential oils. But we love essential oils topically because just like you would take Tylenol, you take Tylenol because it goes into our bloodstreams. That's what happens when you put it on internally, or you take essential oils topically or internally. They go into our bloodstream, and that's what we want them to do, because then that's where you kind of get that like pain relief and those different other, you know, the immune support type of situations. Okay. One of the things that I love about our group is we really pride ourselves on education. It's education over selling. You know, we really want you guys to know what it is you're doing. And we have, if you're not already a part of our group, we have so many different dilution charts. This is right off of our Facebook group. If you are a member of our group and you've never seen this, ask your wellness advocate to tag you. But this is what you should be educated on pretty much when you first sign up, is how to properly make those roller bottles so that you can address your entire family, from newborn, all, to mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, age, whatever. And depending on that age, you're going to have less or more essential oils and less or more fractionated coconut oil, which is what's going to help dilute those essential oils so that they're safe and cost effective and, great for the whole family. So fractionated coconut oil is our favorite carrier oil of choice, our favorite way to dilute our essential oils. There's a lot of different carrier oils out there, but honestly, fractionated coconut oil you can find almost anywhere. It is the most affordable. It is easily absorbs into the skin. So, if you put it on your arm or wherever you're rolling your roller, you're just not going to have this like greasy spot. It gets pretty much sucked into your skin pretty quickly. And it's great for the whole entire body as long as you don't have an allergic reaction to coconuts. The only thing I would suggest is if you were wanting to kind of go into more of like skin health, like maybe you're trying to make a night serum or something, look into facial skin oils like jojoba or something, because coconut oil is not the best for your face. But otherwise, if you're just looking to make some rollers and address your family, make over your medicine cabinet, prep yourself for back to school and sickness and stuff like that, fractionated coconut oil is the best carrier oil. Since we're talking about back to school and most people do have little ones, but even if you are an adult, it's really, really quick. Never put essential oils in the eyes. You can put it on the skin around the eyes, but we kind of want to keep it there. Don't get like right near their eyeballs. You never want to put essential oils in the ears, but let's say your little one gets an ear infection or you got an ear infection from somebody. If you're a teacher at a school, you can rub it all around the outside of your ear. We just don't want to put like directly drops in your ear. And let's say you're having colds from cold and flu season, you never want to put essential oils in your nose. You would, kind of put it on the bridge of your nose. Sometimes my husband and I like to rub it a little bit at the bottom so we're like breathing it in, stuff like that. Never want to put it on broken or damaged skin also, although I would say that there are some essential oils that are okay, like helichrysum, for example, I use on my son when he's got cuts, like open wounds and stuff all the time, and he's fine. And then last safe tip is if you are using oils that are called photosensitive, which are our citrus oils, and there are some blends that have citrus oils in them. I think Aroma Touch is one of them. You do want to be careful when you're applying your oils topically and then going out and sitting in the sun for a long period of time. If you're putting it on your spine and you're wearing a t-shirt over it, you're fine, but you don't want to roll, I don't know, orange oil on your shoulder and then go sit at the beach all day, that type of situation. So just be cautious with that, especially when we're applying essential oils to our little ones and then sending them off to school. Just make sure that if it has a citrus oil in it, that you apply it somewhere that they're going to be covered, like the bottoms of their feet or their spine, something like that, or sometimes even behind their ears. The sun's really not going to hit them there. And then the third way that we like to use essential oils is internal consumption. I'm a little bit on the conservative side, so I like to say keep this for like teens and up, but I know even Lindsay gives her little ones, older little ones, essential oils.
You're like, but Lindsay.
Well, but you're the only other.
We're basically opposite ends of the spectrum on this one. So
we are. Lindsay and I are on the opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm super conservative. So really just use your best judgment, research it yourself, talk to your wellness advocate specifically who signed you up. If you're a part of our group, get tagged in the things, the articles that we have, and then just make your best judgment. I wait, although, I cook with my essential oils, so my son does eat them on a small scale, and he takes the doTERRA little guy vitamins and stuff, and those have essential oils in them. But I personally wouldn't put like a drop of On Guard in something and give it to him. But, you know, there are some people that do. So just use your best judgment. But anyway, for adults, just because everyone will agree on it's safe for adults, doTERRA essential oils only, guys. Just don't even want to mess around with anything if it isn't considered a pure therapeutic grade, which only a doTERRA essential oils can be graded as such. And the reason why we love that is because you kind of get to do a whole body thing. Like if you're sick or you're jumping into back to school cold and flu season, or your little ones are coming home sick and sniffly, like right now, my son has croup. So you better believe that since Saturday when he started having that seal cough, my husband and I have been taking these exact On Guard Plus soft gels. And we are taking them twice a day until my son stops coughing and sneezing. I'm fine. My husband's fine. We're not sick, but we're doing it preventively. And that gives us a whole body sense. But chronic pain, daily support of some sort, whatever it is, head tension, chronic issues internally is great. Citrus oils in your water, 1 drop in your tumbler when you're going out the door to school or whatever. And just drinking throughout the day, cleansing and purifying your insides. It's just fantastic. If you're not using your essential oils internally, I highly, highly encourage you to do so because it kind of is a game changer, but a little goes a long way. So remember, 1 drop of peppermint, 28 cups of peppermint tea. You do not need a lot of drops when you're taking it internally. Okay, and then this goes without saying, but I wanted to put it up here anyway, that, you know, can't kind of keep the little guys to the little guy supplements. There are some things that we can get around, like those, these things, the On Guard Plus soft gels. I wouldn't give it to a little guy, but you can totally cut this thing open, pour out the goodness that's inside, and then rub it on the bottoms of their feet or something like that, you know. But doTERRA does make a lot of really amazing little guy supplements, probiotics, vitamins, omegas, and then, I mean, with a good array of rollers and diffuser blends, you know, there really is not much else that they need to do, especially for little guys. So just, you know, talk to your wellness advocate about those kind of guidelines. Okay, so let's get into the essential oils. I am going to talk about the top 8 essential oils, 8 of like 12. And these are what Lindsay and I are deeming kind of some amazing essential oils to get started with for back to school season. So if you already have these, just jot some notes down on kind of the ways that you want to use them. Otherwise, if you don't have them, write them down, the ones that you want, or at the end of this, we're going to showcase a really awesome back to school kit, which will include everything that we're talking about. So just kind of stick around for that at the end. But balance, really quickly, balance is like bae, I think pretty much for everybody. If you don't have balance, get balance. It is so good for the whole entire family for calming, grounding, anxiety, back to school jitters, anything like that, you're gonna want balance. Peppermint, this is where it's gonna be headaches, neck aches, tension, growing pains, focus, energy, anything like that, tummy issues, and fever support. So since we're talking about back to school, you know, that's one of the things that most of our little guys are going to experience, and you're going to want to naturally help cool their body. We have been burning through peppermint with his croup, both in his respiratory support and for cooling down his body. Wild Orange and Melaleuca, these ones are amazing for immune support. Wild Orange is also going to add in that mood boosting. So again, back to school jitters, you might want to put a diffuser blend of balance and orange in the morning, or peppermint and orange to kind of wake everyone up while they're having breakfast, kind of get them, you know, perky and happy and mood boosted. Or if you're thinking like they're a little bit anxious and, you know, they're just nervous or whatever, put some balance in orange and kind of do that calming and grounding and mood boosting kind of thing. Make a roller of this. If you're an adult, put a drop of this in your water in the morning and kind of get that immune support every day. It's smells amazing, you guys. I mean, the citrus oils are my jam. Melaleuca is all things cleansing, especially to the skin. So lice, back to school season, hello, lice is going to be an issue I hope none of us have to deal with. What else? Boo-boos, if they come with cuts and scrapes. You for your immune support, little ones with your immune support, you can diffuse this. You can put it in your every single day immunity roller, stuff like that. It's antibacterial, it's antifungal, it's just great, great, great stuff. We've also been diffusing this as well as rolling it around my son's ear so that he doesn't get an ear infection. And my husband and I have been taking a drop of Melaleuca and a drop of wild orange and a drop of On Guard every day as well. Okay, Deep Blue. Deep Blue is fantastic for pain and muscle aches. This is all we have in my son's growing pain roller. So if you want to kind of make something like that for them, you could do that. Otherwise, joints, fibromyalgia, headaches, neck aches. If you're a teacher and you're on your feet all day and you're just like, ugh, make a roller of Deep Blue and keep that in your purse and kind of just use it throughout the day. It's like a natural icy hot, so it kind of feels cool and then it kind of feels warm, but it's got blue tansy in it and it's got wintergreen and blue camphor, I think, and these are all really good, deep, like muscly oils. On Guard, literally back to school season cannot start unless you've got at least 4 bottles of On Guard. No, but you do need 1 bottle of On Guard, and this thing can do so much. You can make hand sanitizers for every kid's backpack and your purse. All natural cleaner to spray all the surfaces down when they come home or after they've left or whatever. Throw this sucker in the diffuser and have it just diffuse all the time for general immune support. We use On Guard all the time, and this one we have literally been living off of since Saturday. You can make foaming hand wash with it. You can make a sore throat spray, gargle. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It's made with oils like cinnamon and clove and eucalyptus. It is just amazing for immune support. Aroma Touch. Aroma Touch is like the Deep Blue, but it's not an icy hot. It's a lot more gentle, but it's really great for calming the mind and muscles. So you could throw this in a growing pains for your little ones. I like to put a couple of drops in some Epsom salts and throw my son in the bath for that, or me. That's kind of this plus balance. And some Epsom salts is like a calm the heck down after like a rough day at school with my little guy. You can totally diffuse this. It has a little bit of like an herby smell. So if you like that herb smell, it's just calming, relaxing, get it on your body, get it on your muscles, and it just is like a feel-good oil. And then lavender. Lavender is such a multi-purpose oil. Kind of goes with the Melaleuca, where it's going to cleanse and purify and calm boo-boos, scrapes, burns, bug bites, eczema, skin rashes and irritations, anything like that. Lavender and Melaleuca are going to go hand in hand and be your best friends. But lavender is also really calming to the mind. So back to school jitters, stressful day at work, if you're a homeschool mama and you're just having a tough time, lavender is going to be a really great one. You can diffuse it with Aroma Touch, you can diffuse it with Wild Orange, you can diffuse it with Balance, and it's going to be fantastic. And it's also a great sleepy oil. So if you're having a hard time sleeping or your little ones are having a hard time sleeping, lavender. Put it in your diffuser, get it on them. It's just great. And then here are some of our favorite back to school blends to have on hand. So like I said, fevers are going to be something that I'm pretty sure most of us who have little ones are going to be dealing with this back to school season. So lavender and peppermint are going to be fantastic to put in a roller and roll up and down their spine when there are fevers. But for us mamas, if you're hot flashes, you need some cooling down, anything like that, these two are going to be great. Then I had mentioned a little bit about skincare and owies and stuff like that. Again, Melaleuca and lavender together. That's going to be kind of your general owie care. Blemishes, if you've got teenagers, Melaleuca and lavender, kind of more on the neat side, meaning no fractionated coconut oil. They could just kind of spot treat those situations and areas, but cleansing, lice, all of that, these things. Tension and that muscle blend. So these are kind of interchangeable. Do what you feel works for your family, but these are two of our most popular blends. Headaches, muscle aches, menstrual cramps, if you've got any teens that are starting to get into that whole situation, which is just so uncomfortable for most people. These are some amazing oils that you can have on hand for those things. And growing pains. Don't underestimate those growing pains. If your little ones are wiggling in bed and they can't get cozy, they can't get comfy, but they don't know that that's what's going on, just try it. Roll it on their calves, the back of their knees, up and down their back. And it's a great little thing to have in your repertoire. Energy. So this energy one could also be focused. So if you're a homeschool mama, you could put peppermint and wild orange in your diffuser in your homeschool room or your common room, whatever it is that you're going to do your homeschool. And this will be a great kind of focus. You could even add lavender to this to kind of have a calming and perking, kind of focusy thing. For mamas, this is a great energy blend. I literally have this exact thing, no frills attached to it. It's just peppermint and wild orange almost every single day because I love this smell first thing in the morning. I sit down with my tea and I have my wild orange and my peppermint going in my diffuser every morning. The sleep lavender orange balance, you could literally interchange any of these. You could do all three. You could pick two that you're a favorite fan of, whatever. Have fun, mix and match these. But you could make pillow sprays. You could make room sprays. You could put this in the diffuser. You could put this in Epsom salt baths, rollers, anything, and help you and your little ones kind of wind down at the end of the day. And then lastly, Sanity. This one is kind of more for the mamas, but you could totally put this for tantrums or jitters or anything that you feel is school related, where maybe your teens kind of need a little bit of help, or they're going to do a presentation, or something's coming up and you want to give them some of that little support. When you're needing to take a deep breath, or whoever is around you needs to take a deep breath, Balance and Lavender is a really great blend to have on hand. And again, you could make a spray, a roller, put this in the diffuser, whatever it is. And then lastly, everyday immune support. Every mama, every teacher, anyone that's dealing with school and back to school season, you need to have this roller. You need to have this memorized because you can take this blend internally. And this is a great blend to put in your diffuser for every single day, morning and night, spine and bottoms of your feet, for you and your littles and everyone before they go to school. Just keep in mind that it does have wild orange in it. So if you're putting it on your little ones, bottoms of their feet, or spine, if they're not going to have I don't know, their shirts off. They're not going to have their shirts off at school. You know what I mean? Don't let the sun hit you. Anyway, okay. Passing the baton on to Lindsay.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Let me get my screen going here, and we'll get my half of the presentation up. You guys can see that okay? Christina, I'm once again relying on you. I can only see you. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the Kids line. And this just released almost a year ago, last September, and we were so excited to see this come out because the cool thing about doTERRA, obviously what Christina was saying, is that we can dilute the oils down from every age, from newborn all the way up to elderly, right, and everything in between, for pregnancy, for everything. And that's fantastic. So when you have your starter kit, if you already got a starter kit and you've got those little bottles of essential oils that are pure, you can do so much with those. You can diffuse with them and all those things, and that's fantastic. But sometimes it's really nice as a parent to just have the guesswork taken out. It's nice to not have to do an extra step. I totally understand. I have a lot of people come to me and say, like, I don't want to do any of that blending stuff, you know, and that's fine. When you first get started, I fully understand that. And so this line is created ready to use, specifically diluted for kids, so that you can just grab them and use them right away. They're roller tops, and it just makes it super simple. You don't have to think twice about it. So they have these for the kids. They also make sets for adults as well. And, you know, those also, doTERRA says, are safe for children too. So it just is so great to have this little, you know, pouch. It comes with a little pouch. It comes with the little flashcards. It comes, you can see, with the little silicone tops with the keychain. So they kind of want these just to be something that kids can also utilize, whether it's hooking them onto their backpack, taking certain ones to school with them, or just being able to keep them all together, you know, so it's easy to just find them and know which ones they are going to be using. So I love these as a mom. My kids also love these. They totally know which ones to grab just because it's so easy, because they're color coded. And they have their favorites, and I have my favorites. So we're going to just go through them. There's only 6. But they are just such a great line of oils. I love them so much. And Brave, oh, and this is the other thing that's cool. So there's 6 of them, and doTERRA specifically created 2 of them to be emotional support. So I love using oils for emotional support, and we think about it a lot for ourselves. I think about it a lot for myself because I use them for anxiety and stress and all sorts of things. But I, especially as my kids have started to get a little bit older, I have 4 kids. I probably should introduce myself. Sorry. I'm Lindsay. My Instagram's The Natural Cupboard. If you're not following me, I'd love to have you come by and say hi. But as my kids are getting older, so I've got a 10-year-old as my oldest, then an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So as my kids have gotten older, especially with my 8-year-old and my 6-year-old right now, I have definitely have been noticing a lot of like sort of emotional stuff going on. My 8-year-old has a lot of anxiety. She's so my child. And so we've been able to use essential oils for emotional support, for anxiety support, for all of that. And I have so many friends I've talked to whose kids are in school. I personally homeschool, but my kids still go to classes, so they're still at school 2 days a week. But I have a lot of friends whose kids are in school, and they're telling me that their kids are crying every morning. They're, you know, having anxiety issues. They're stressed out. You know, the homework load is stressing them out. I have friends who have teenagers that are freaking out and, you know, crying and having issues because it's just a lot of stress. And so, you know, using oils for those situations is amazing. And I think that it's something that I really found myself reaching for more this year with my kids than I even thought I would be, is the emotional support. So these first 2 oils are part of that kind of emotional line. The kids line, of course, still. So they're safe to use on all ages. So Brave is the Courage Blend. And I personally love this one so much. I use it on myself all the time. It's citrusy and cinnamony, and it smells just absolutely incredible. It's really uplifting. So basically, this oil was really meant to just kind of be like a courage affirmation, kind of getting rid of feelings of doubt and relieving stress. So you can put this like back of the neck, any pulse point. You can rub it over the chest, behind the ears, on the wrists. And it's just a really, really yummy blend, to be honest. Like, it just makes me feel so good. You can put it also on your hands and rub them together and breathe it in, or have your child do that. This is a good one for them to take with them to school, especially if it's like the first day or the first few days. Or maybe they're just having issues and they just want something that they can kind of fall back on. I've noticed that the more we use oils with my kids in particular, the more that they are associating like certain issues with like a certain thing. And so they'll be like, hey mom, I need that like happy oil, or hey mom, I need the scary dream oil, or hey mom, you know. And so we kind of have our go-tos. And so they kind of find comfort in those things that they know have helped them in the past. And I love being able to offer that natural support to them and know that it's safe and effective. They can use it as much as they need to. So that's kind of the cool thing with oils is, you know, you could use it and maybe 20 minutes later you feel like you need it again. totally safe to use again. So you could put this oil on and you could use it every 10 minutes, you could use it every hour, whatever works for you, that's totally okay. So that's Brave. The next one's Steady. This is the grounding blend. So this is like Balance is for adults to kids. Of course, you can use Balance for kids too. I actually love using Balance on my kids, but this is already, like I said, pre-diluted, ready to go. So this is just the grounding blend, Steady, you know, it's for like stress and anxiousness and all of those emotions and feelings. So this is like a great everyday oil. You can just use it, you know, really for anything. You can use it for homework, you know, maybe stress, or if they're nervous about meeting new kids or whatever, you know, whatever the situation is. This is kind of a great oil to have as well. So those two, Brave and Steady, are like your emotional support. So you can just remember that. Moving on, we've got Calmer. Ugh, I love Calmer. So this is the restful blend. This is like, okay, it's sleepy time. We need to like wind down. I feel like it's really hard, especially like when I know I have to get up the next day to take my kids to classes. Because like I said, we homeschool, but we're on the go a lot. And we do have like full days of classes on Tuesdays and Fridays. And so those nights before, it's like, okay, you guys need to go to bed. So we have to be up early. We've got to like get our stuff done, whatever. And so I love using this on the bottoms of their feet and up the back of their spine to help them wind down. I recommend doing this like anywhere between like 20 minutes and an hour before bed. So if they go to bed at, you know, 8, do it at like 7:30. Give it time to kind of work. And if you can, I highly recommend doing it more than once. So maybe do it like an hour before bed and then do it like half an hour before bed. Because the cool thing about essential oils is that they are really effective, but the more that you use them, the more effective they are. So you can use them in small amounts, they're perfectly diluted, but you do want to be really consistent with your use. So I try to get it in a couple times before bed, and I notice that really helps to work a lot better for them when I do that. And then you can also, you know, be diffusing. So if you're really needing your kids to calm down, using them topically is fantastic. Other oils that come, you know, in the kit. Christina talked about the Aroma Diffused kit. So you've got, you know, lavender in there, you've got wild orange in there, you've got Balance in there. Grab those, be diffusing that as well, and believe me, you will notice a difference in the relaxation, the how fast they fall asleep, and then the quality of their sleep is going to be so much better and prepare them for a big day. Next is Rescuer. This is a soothing blend. This is another one of my absolute favorites. This is like deep blue, but for kids, and it is so awesome for like growing pains or muscle aches, you know, activity. If they're, my daughter, every time we walk a lot, she like gets ankle pain, so we rub it all over. My kids seriously have woken me up so many times crying because they are having growing pains. I mean, seriously, growing pains are gnarly. I did not realize it was going to be such a big thing, but we grab this one, or we grab, you know, our other blend that has deep blue in it, and we will roll that all over wherever it's hurting. And like I said, consistency is key. So I typically find I have to do it a couple times if they do wake up. Usually they wake up once, I roll it on, they'll go back to sleep for like a couple hours, wake up again, roll it on, and then we usually get to the night. But I actually, for my older kids, you know, the ones that are old enough that they don't need to cry and like need me, I'll just say like, okay, here's the oil, like keep it next to you, and if you wake up and you're experiencing any discomfort again, just roll it on again, and they'll do it themselves. So I like love this blend, and it's just feels good. I put it on my neck sometimes. Sometimes I get wrist pain, I'll put it on my wrist. Stronger is the protective blend. This is the one I probably use the most, just because I feel like this is something that, with like back to school, flu season coming up, I'm doing this daily, and I'm doing it numerous times a day, because you want to boost your kids' immune systems as much as possible going into school season. We roll this up the back of the spine, the back of the neck, on the bottoms of the feet, morning and night. So when they get up, roll it on. When they're going to bed, roll it on. You're just helping to boost their immune system. You can't get enough of that during this time of the year. And so, and I talk to a lot of people about, kiddos and sickness and all that. And they're like, oh, you're into health, you're into wellness, you're into oils, so do your kids not get sick? And I'm like, of course my kids get sick. Like nothing is going to make my kids not get sick ever. But the cool thing is that when we're boosting our immune systems, when we're taking preventative measures, if a germ does get through, which by the way, we get sick a lot less. So I do have to say they do help eliminate a lot of the sicknesses, because before I started using oils consistently, I felt like we were on a hamster wheel, never ending sickness. And since we've started using oils daily, not just since I've started using oils, because I've been using oils for 6.5 years. But when I started deciding, you know what, I'm not doing it enough. I'm only pulling them out when my kids are actually sick. There's got to be a better way. And there is. doTERRA gives us all these tools to be preventative. And this is a lifestyle. This is a daily support thing. And so when I started using oils daily, I started seeing a huge decrease in sickness in our household. And then I noticed when my kids would get sick, their duration was way shorter. The sickness was way less severe, and it's a lot more manageable. And then, because one kid's sick doesn't always mean another kid's going to get sick now. I feel like that was always the case. It felt like if one kid was sick, everyone's going to get sick no matter what. Now we're diffusing On Guard as soon as somebody's got a stuffy nose. We're getting protective blend on everybody. We're just really upping and boosting, and we have a lot less to deal with. So use this one daily. It will make a huge difference, and you will notice a huge difference if you are using your oils daily. The last one in this line is Thinker, and this is the Focus Blend. And I love this blend because it just helps to kind of your brain is all doing all crazy things. It kind of just helps you to kind of rein in, focus on what you need to do, get the concentration. These oils are helping mental clarity. And so this is a great blend for homework, of course, right? Anytime you need to sit down and do homework with kids, or maybe like right before you send them to school, rub it all over the back of their neck and kind of over their chest and their wrists and stuff like that. Kind of just helps them to focus in and listen better. You could also give it to the child if you think that they won't lose it. If they're not too little, they can keep it with them, and maybe they're starting to kind of get a little bit foggy or not feeling focused. You can always have them roll it on at school. So love that blend as well. The next 3 products we're going to talk about are just like mom and teacher must-haves. I mean, just if you have kids, like these are things that you absolutely need to have in your arsenal. I have like my natural first aid kit. These are all part of that. So Correct X is like Neosporin, but the natural version. And I have this with me at all times. We keep one at home. We keep one in my little pouch that I carry. And then I have one in the bag that we, take out with us. I love this stuff. It is so awesome for any kind of like cut, scrape, bruise, scars, bites, skin irritation, rashes, hives, stings, everything. Like anything you can think of, it's amazing. I've used it on scars before and seen a huge improvement. We've used it on burns. I got a bee sting. I used it on that. It was great. Hives. My kids even ask me for it. Mom, where's the Correct X? Because they get like a cut or whatever. They're outside playing. They scrape their knee. They always reach for this because it's just so easy and it works really, really well. I love it because it's really thick too, so it stays, but it absorbs quickly. It's not like greasy and it doesn't get all over everything. So I have to have this with me. Correct X, must. The next must is the On Guard hand sanitizer. And I say, especially because we are doing back to school, you need 10 of these. I'm not kidding you. I order about 4 to 5 a month. Well, I have 4 kids, so it's a little crazy, but because I want these everywhere and I want them fully stocked. So I keep them every purse, every bag, the car. My husband has one in his bag. He keeps one in his car. We have these everywhere so that anytime we're out, you know how you get out and somebody's coughing all over the place, you're like, oh, spray everybody's hands down. The cool thing about On Guard is, and this in particular, obviously it's killing germs naturally. It's not harsh chemicals. Antibacterial is so bad, the manufactured chemical. This is natural antibacterial. And this actually not only is antibacterial naturally, but it's boosting your immune system. So I literally love that every time we're sanitizing our hands, we're also getting an immune boost. I take this with me. We spray down carts. We, after park, we spray down everything. Before my kids eat, if we're out, I'm like, let's spray. And, we're with friends and somebody's coughing, spray. I'll even spray the other friends. I'm like, put your hands out and spray them down because it's killing the germs on them, So just like everything. And you need to have these in all your plates, in all the bags. I give them to my kids. They put them in their lunch bags when they go to school on Tuesdays and Fridays. They have these with them, and I give them strict instructions to spray their hands down before they eat their lunch. I don't know that they always do it, but they always get it right after they get out of school anyway, so I'm always spraying them down. And then, yeah, just, having these, we do parkour too, which is kind of gross and sweaty and nasty, and there's a million sweaty hot kids in there. And as soon as we get out of parkour, I'm spraying everybody down, and, it just makes me feel better because we can't always get to the sink to wash. And so this just is like the best to have. The next thing is the Breathe Stick. And I think this is like a very underrated product. I don't think people talk about it enough, and I love it. So Breathe is our like respiratory blend. And so they've created like basically the natural version of Vicks Vapor Rub. And this is just something that I like to keep in the medicine cabinet because it's something that you can just grab it really easily and rub it on the chest, on the back for coughs or congestion. You can also use this pre-workout. Like I like using this before I work out because it opens up the airways. It's great for asthma and allergies. I also like to put a little bit on the tip of my nose when I have like a cold or congestion because it just helps. So that's, my like must haves for like mom life. And then Christina put together this amazing ultimate back to school kit. So if you haven't gotten started, this is a great place to start. If you're looking into like, okay, I want to do this, I want to overhaul, these are awesome products. And the cool thing is that doTERRA just announced they are having a back to school flash sale. So this is ending on the 23rd. So only for like three more days. Is today the 20th? Yeah, 3 more days. This is going. So if you're already a current customer, you can get everything in this picture for 25% off, additional 25% off the wholesale price, which is seriously like insane. I am buying like 10,000 packs of like cough drops because those are my favorite. The hand soap, all the things. So if you're already a current customer, like I said, you can get all of this stuff, additional 25% off. If you're brand new, we've added the kids kit and the hand sanitizer in this kit. So these are an additional 25% off too. So the savings is even less than usual. The cool thing about this kit is it comes with a free membership as well. And when you are getting started with oils, you absolutely going to want to have that wholesale membership. I make sure everybody always knows you never, ever, ever have to buy anything. You never have to buy monthly stuff. The membership is just a discount. It's a savings, and it offers you not only a savings, but it offers you access to our Obsessed with Essentials group that Christina and I are both part of. So if you do want to get into that, whoever, invited you onto this call tonight, let them know if they're part of the Obsessed with Essentials group, they can hook you up, get you plugged into our group. Having support and having a community is basically the most important thing when you're using oils. I used oils for years without being plugged in. And like I said, when I got plugged into this group, started using oils daily, that's when things really, really changed for me, for my family, for the kids. Just seeing our lives kind of shift, our mindsets change, and just seeing our bodies and our minds getting healthier and healthier. So if you do have questions, please let us know. Christina and I are going to hang out probably for like a few more minutes until 8:30, and we will just answer any questions you guys have. But yeah, if you don't have any, feel free to log off. And thank you for joining us, and we look forward to doing more classes. And yeah, like I said, we'll hang out here, and you can chat in the chat bar, or you can just unmute yourself and chat with us here. We see there are some chats. Let me see.
It was mostly me.
Oh, it was you. Okay.
It was me adding info to what you were saying.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, are you talking about the cuticle health for the
Correct-X?
Yeah, I love using that for my cuticles. I actually forgot to mention that, but yes. That's like, I seriously grab that stuff for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with it. If you guys don't know how to unmute yourselves and you want to, usually it's on the bottom left-hand corner if you're not on an iPhone. If you are on an iPhone, you swipe left or right to unmute. I can't remember.
I've only ever been on a computer. If you're on a computer, it's bottom left.
Yep. I'm glad you could join. Thank you. I'm glad it was helpful.
Oh, good. Does anybody have any questions on any of those products or back to school recipes? Little guys, our favorite foods and colors.
Seriously.
I'm, you see how many I am? This many, this many, this many, and this many. 4.
It's a good age.
That's a good age, huh? He's gonna start school in 1 year.
Oh.
Yeah, huh? We got one more year with my little one. It's pretty crazy. They don't have four in school. Huh. I'm tired.
Yeah, his eyes are rolling in the back of his head.
I know. He like sucks his thumb and he just turns into like, I just see like a newborn again. It's so funny.
That was so
I
cute.
love it. I love it.
Okay, guys, I think
Yeah,
we
I think
did
that was
good keeping this at an hour. I'm so proud of us. Oh, okay, we have a question. In the tension blend, are you referring to Deep Blue?
good. I think on the slide it was it Deep Blue and Aroma Touch?
Yeah, let me get my
Or
bottle.
Deep Blue, Aroma Touch, and Lavender. I feel like there's so many variations you could do. We were obviously just specifically talking about the Aroma Touch kit.
Yeah, so if you're talking about like a great tension roller to do, yeah, it was either Deep Blue alone or Deep Blue, Lavender, and Peppermint. If you're wanting to know what is in Deep Blue, I have to go get my bottle. So hopefully that answered your questions.
Yeah, and then also the ingredients for Deep Blue are up on the website too, like
Yeah.
on doTERRA. You can always look if you're like curious about like what's in a blend.
Totally. But yeah, our favorite kind of most used tension blend is that Deep Blue, Peppermint, and Lavender.
Mm-hmm. So many good ones. The Deep Blue, the magic, always.
He's cracking me up right now. Okay.
I know.
All right, guys, I'm going to sign us off. I need to really take a shower. Thank you so much
for joining.
Everyone. Yeah, thank you guys for joining, and connect with your wellness advocate. Ask them all the questions that you need. And yeah.
Awesome. Have a good night, you guys.
Have a great night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.